technology, it gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm welcome to the inaugural ceremony of the 6th autonomous batch for the first year engineering students. This is indeed a special day as we welcome fresh young minds who are stepping into the world of engineering and innovation. Today, we have with us esteemed dignitaries, respected faculty, proud parents, and of course, our bright students, the future engineers of tomorrow. This marks the beginning of an exciting journey for all of you. We are thrilled to have you here as a part of our academic community. I hope you had an insightful induction program that helped you navigate the early days of your journey, new people, new place, and much more that gave you a sense of what to expect as you step into this new journey of your life. I would like to begin the program with saying, in engineering, every challenge is just an opportunity in disguise. In this pursuit of progress, we may now seek the blessing of the Almighty with an invocation song. I request Ms. Varshini to render the invocation song.
Shringeri Puravasini, Shringeri Puravasini, Sharadamba Bangaru Mantapadi, Raraje Padevi Shringeri Puravasini, Varavina Mrudupani, Varavina Mrudupani, Shubha Pradaini, Varavina Mrudupani, Shubha Pradaini, Suranara Pujite Saraswati Mate, Suranara Pujite Saraswati Mate, Shringeri Puravasini, Sharadamba Bangaru Mantapadi, Raraje Padevi, Shringeri Puravasini. Nada Veda Sangita Sahitya Natya Kale Kala Samragni Vakdevi. Nada Veda Sangita Sahitya Natya Kale Kala Samragni Vakdevi. Tungeya Madilali Nelesiha Devi Brahmanarani Shri Gayatri Vadi Shringeri Puravasini, Sharadamba Bangaru Mantapadi, Raraje Padevi Shringeri, Devi Shringeri, Devi Shringeri Puravasini. Thank you.
Thank you, Varshini, for such a melody. Every successful institution is shaped by the leader. We are fortunate to have with us our respected principal, Dr. H.B. Balakrishna, who has always been a guiding light for this institution. Now I request him to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to welcome each and everyone present here. I would like to welcome Sri Suraj S D, Founder CEO, Decibels Labs Private Limited, Bengaluru, as chief guest for this function. I request Aisshwarya Madam to welcome Mr. Suraj with a sapling. Today we have with us our Trustee Secretary, Ms. Aisshwarya Dks Hegde, who is an education entrepreneur. I welcome you, Madam. I request our CSS Madam, Dr. Nagmani Nagaraja, to welcome her with a bouquet. We have our beloved Administrator, Sri Vishwanath Reddy, sir. I request Renuka Madam to welcome him with a sapling. Today we have with us Chief of Strategy and Systems, Dr. Nagmani Nagaraja Madam. I request Professor Meena to welcome her with a sapling. We have with us our campus director, Dr. Sridhar Kumar. I request Professor Renuka to welcome him with a sapling. I welcome all the parents, students present here, deans, heads of the department, our faculty members. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this new chapter of your life as budding engineers. Today marks not only the beginning of your academic journey in this institution, but also the start of transformation of your skills, habits, and character that will shape your future. As you step into this demanding yet rewarding field, I want to share with you 3 important qualities that will serve as pillars for your success: time management, physical fitness, and promptness. Time management in engineering, it's rigorous, and you will soon realize that assignments, projects, lectures, and examinations will come with strict deadlines. Success will not come to those who are simply busy, but to those who know how to prioritize, plan, and make the best use of every hour. Remember, time is the resource that cannot be replenished. If you master time management now, you will find balance not only in academics, but in every pursuit of life. The second one is physical fitness. You are at an age where energy and enthusiasm are abundant, but if you neglect your health, even the brightest of minds cannot perform at their best. A healthy body sustains a sharp and creative mind. I urge you to make regular exercise, proper sleep, and balanced nutrition a part of your daily routine. Physical fitness is not just about strength, it is about stamina, discipline, and resilience, which are crucial for engineers who will often work under pressure. Finally, the promptness. Being prompt is a reflection of respect for time, respect for others, and respect for yourself. Arriving on time for classes, submitting work on deadlines, and responding to responsibilities without delay will set you apart as a professional. In the real world, opportunities are fleeting. Promptness ensures that you never miss them. My dear students, years ahead will change you, but they will also shape you into problem solvers, innovators, and leaders. Let discipline guide you, let curiosity inspire you, and let these 3 values, time management, physical fitness, and promptness, be your constant companions. I wish you all the best as you begin this exciting journey. May you grow not only as engineers, but also as responsible and capable individuals. With this, I would like to conclude my words. Thank you for patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of GAT family, I request Professor Meena to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. H.B. Balakrishna, sir, with a sapling. I take this opportunity to welcome our COE, Deputy COE, all the deans, all the HODs, Physical Education Director, faculty members, welcome you all. As we gather today to embark on this new journey of learning and innovation, we begin with the lighting of the lamp as a symbol of knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. I request all the dignitaries to come forward to light the lamp. Round of applause.
ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ, ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ, ಕರುನಾಡ ದೀಪ, ಸಿರಿನುಡಿಯ ದೀಪ, ಒಲವೆತ್ತಿ ತೋರುವ ದೀಪ, ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ, ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ. ಬಹುದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ಮೈಮರೆಯಿಂದ
In addition, let us take a moment to pay a humble respect to one of the greatest engineers, visionaries of our nation, Bharat Ratna Sir M. Vishweswaraya.
ಬಹುದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ಮೈಮರೆಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುವ ಕೊನೆಯ ಕುಚ್ಚೇರು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಕಂಪು ಸೂಸಲು ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಣ ಚಾಚೇರು ನಡುನಾಡೇ ಇರಲಿ ಗಡಿನಾಡೇ ಇರಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಕಡೆಯ ಕೆಚ್ಚೇರು ನಡುನಾಡೇ ಇರಲಿ ಗಡಿನಾಡೇ ಇರಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಕಡೆಯ ಕೆಚ್ಚೇರು ಮರೆತೇವು ಮರೆವ ತೆರೆದೇವು ಮನವ ಎಳೆದೇವು ಒಲವ ಹಿಡಿ ನೆನಪ ನರ ನರವನೆಲ್ಲ ಹುರಿಗೊಳಿಸಿ ಹೊಸೆದು ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ ಹಚ್ಚೇವು ಕನ್ನಡದ ದೀಪ.
Thank you all. It's now my privilege to invite Professor Meena to formally introduce our chief guest, Mr. Suraj S D, founder CEO of Decibels Lab Private Limited.
Thank you, Dr. Renuka. It is a privilege to introduce Mr. Suraj S D, the founder and CEO of Decibels Lab, a pioneer in electric mobility, education, and solutions. With over 13 years of experience in the automotive industry, Sir has worked with leading companies like Mercedes-Benz, Fiat Chrysler, Tata Motors, Toyota, Siemens, and Schneider Electric, contributing to projects in electric vehicle batteries, software tools, product design, and many more. Observing the gap between industry needs and classroom learning, Sir has created practical courses that have helped over 40,000 learners worldwide build their career in electric mobility. His efforts have been supported by grants like Elevate 2021, Innovate UK, and IIT Hyderabad Incubation. Being a TEDx speaker, mentor, and lifelong learner, Sir continues to inspire students and professionals to apply knowledge, innovate, and dream big. His journey reminds us that with passion and persistence, anything is possible. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Suraj S D, whose experience and dedication are shaping the future of electric mobility and empowering the next generation of engineers with a huge round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. It's a great privilege, a tremendous honor to be here as a chief of guest for this program. I have interacted for about 45 minutes with many of the students. After that meeting, it's a good discussion that we had at the Office of Chief of Strategy with the trustee. Her vision, the way it is going to be brought up as ecosystem, I was telling that, brought a thought of how this institution can transform. Having a leader is a very, very important perspective of any organization. Having somebody like Ms. Aisshwarya and also the experienced people, Nagmani Madam, I felt very privileged that the students and the whole ecosystem which exists here is something different and which is going to transform much different than rest of the institutions. I really feel that today. And I thank Aisshwarya for spending that minutes and setting forward that perspective that what can happen. Thank you for spending a few minutes in the room there for discussions. When I was invited, I was so excited that come and share some experiences. But when the days counted at the last, I felt like a bit of a nervous, what should I really speak about? Something that I spent 15-20 minutes with all of you, I always felt like let that be sort of a transformative for some people. But how that can be a transformative if I speak something about it? Then I kind of went back and thought what did I do in my engineering, how did I graduate through my whole journey, and what I missed at that point of it, what I did good something at that point of it, which possibly is yielding me something what I am today. I thought to put them into the pure perspective of points. Then I felt I could do that with 4 points, okay, which are basically the point number 1, that is clarity, which I would talk about. The point number 2, that is ecosystem, because we live in university, parents, and institution. And the third thing is opportunity, and the last one is life. So I think I will revolve my interactions with you in next of these 4 points. And I want to make sure that those 4 things would bring my energy to you, along with the trustee and the visionaries, the leaderships, to make your lives better and also institution into the next scale, wherever it is aiming to the highest as possible. The first thing, you had many opportunities. Why did you become an engineer, right? Why did you choose engineering? You had a lot of options to choose. Somebody wanted to be a doctor, you want to be a musician, artist, whatever it is, right? But you chose to become engineer, right? You had a lot of options in place. And now this journey from you being inducted in the college 10 days before, 8 days before, for the next 4 years are going to play a very vital role for the rest of the life. So your whole professional life that you're going to spend, you're going to earn, you're going to make a family, you're going to impact the society, you're going to impact the country in a lot of different ways. This 4 years is highly important for you. So now you chose it, and you chose to be an engineer, and now you are here today at this occasion to continue your professional education. So when I also was there at the same day and same steps of your side, back in 2008, when I was studying in a college, I felt what I had not, what I possibly had, so I had put them into some of these points. The first thing is about the word clarity. So what is clarity? It's a information, it's a access to get a focus, which I feel, okay? The first thing is that, why are you here? If you take a piece of paper and a book, if you write down, why am I here? Because you're going to spend next 4 years of your life. That's significantly about a 5% of your life, an average lifespan about a 50 years, 70 years, sorry. 5% of your life we're going to be spent here. This 5% of your life going to lay about 25 to 40% of your life, which is going to happen. When it is so significant, are you clear that why are you here? How many of you? Fantastic, great. When I joined engineering, it just was my mother. There was no engineers in my family. I said like, God damn, you have to be an engineer. That's why I became an engineer. I never knew what I want to become, possibly at that day. It's their push. I got into college. At the day of my CET counseling, I think now we'd all do CET counseling going to online, but we used to have a Malleshwaram office to go and do a CET counseling. I did not know which branch to select at that day. It is my faculty in my 12th grade told me, pick up mechanical engineering. That's all. I chose. But moment I got into it, I don't know what transformed. Things excited every single day. If there was no class, if there was bunk in the class, I would go to an internet center and sit and study something about what I want to be in automotive or something like that. So I feel I did not know, but I built those information collectively over the number of days of what I wanted to become. And today I feel I am in that journey. I would not say I fulfilled the journey, but I am in that journey. of what I wanted to become, and I think it has continued to be there over a number of years until possibly I die, that what I want to become, right? So it's very important for you that how you effectively write it down, that information for yourself, that why are you here? Would you do that? It's very important. More the clarity that you build, that why am I here? You ask yourself, I give you an analogy of an ice cream shop. Why do you go to an ice cream shop? To eat an ice cream, obviously, right? You go to an ice cream shop to eat a specific ice cream. So you're very clear that you have a clarity that you have to go and eat a specific ice cream, so you enjoy, and then you come back. How long do you spend? 30 minutes? You had a purpose, you had a clarity, you went there, you ordered, you ate, you came back. Correct? It's just 30 minutes. For that you had a clarity in your life. But now you have 4 years of life. 4 years of life. How much of clarity do you have? Why am I here? The next question is, what am I going to learn? You choose a stream of engineering, right? Electronics, AI, blah, 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 all of that's different departments in place. But how clear are you? Like, how did you even choose? I wanted to be in AI. I wanted to be in that, this, and everything. How many really made an informed decision? Raise your hands. I knew this is what I wanted. I knew this is what I wanted to become. That's why I choose. How many of you? Great. Fantastic. Happy to see. Right? So build that over the number of days, that what I want to learn. I was speaking in the morning that information, content, subjects, no more limited in the classroom today. Right? If you decide you want to learn something, you can access Massachusetts, Boston, Stanford, Harvard, whatever the course that you want, right? Nobody's going to restrict you. We're discussing the same thing, that 25 years before, if you want to read something, you have to go to a library. But it is not the same thing today, right? You can learn anywhere. So make sure you have that clarity of what you want to learn. If you know this is what you want to learn, the things will fall apart for you, right? The next thing, point number 3, in clarity, is that what I want to become. When I was in States, I had met my friend. His name is Charlie. I went to his house. He used to sit next to me, and as a design engineer, I went to his house. We were having a casual conversation. He was a welder before. How many of you feel welding is a good job? I don't even think any of your parents would send you to welding. I don't ever think, right? I was just having a general conversation. He told me he used to work at United States military on a contract basis. He used to get paid about $550 per hour for welding the missile heads. Do you think the job is bad now? Do you know how much is $550? That's a hell of a lot of money for 1 hour, 45,000 bucks. He was explaining me that he was also have another contract job about microfiling. I think VTU has removed that subject called filing for the first year students, you know. It's all right. He told me that he used to do the microfiling. What is filing? I think most of you would not know. Take that rough file and then file it and you get a fine finish of the things. He used to tell me they used to get paid about $600 per hour for doing that job. It's very important to define your end goal more clearly, what you want to become. To become an engineer, you're already there today. You're married for engineering. It's done. Okay? But building those more clarity of what you want to become by that last day of your graduation is highly significant. Moment you do that, you feel more aspired to sit every day in the class. To come to the class to leave your home, you would not be late, for sure. Because why? You will feel like I miss out something on that day. Isn't it? Would you miss a movie Do you go 10 minutes late to a movie? God damn, you don't go. You would be 10 minutes early. Why? You love it. More clarity that you build, more informational idea that you have of what you want to learn, why am I here, what you want to become, gradually all of that builds you that energy every day so that you are motivated at every single point coming to the college. You don't see somebody is bunking it. If some class is not there, you don't care, it's okay. You go and sit and learn something, right? Because you're driven by that clarity that this is what I want to become. Isn't it good? That's what I seek all of you to make sure, please keep a book. Sam Altman told, I brought a book, I write these things. I tear out if I'm done with something. After this, I may tear out these pages. Okay? And I feel accomplished of coming here, doing something and going back. Same thing for you. I beg you, it's 4 years is very important. And your time to the country is important. Impacts that you create is important, right? So, put a book, write down these 4 questions, and keep iterating it. It is a process. Today you have some information. With that some information, you would write down a few things. Right? With that some information, you took an engineering degree to professionally. But what you want to become next is not known to you fully. Right? Do you know how many jobs are there? What kind of job roles are there? You need to consult some people. Ask them. Write it down. Like write 10 of them. Then check. This is good. This is not good for me. Take it out few. Put few more back into their list. That is, I feel, clarity. If we have that clarity, I think the life drives you. Okay? And that's just my one perspective of clarity. At the last point out of it is that, what is that which makes you happy? You would be so motivated to solve it. If you're not happy about solving it, would you solve it? No, you will not. So it is equally important to be self-contented about. It's not like somebody to tell you, hey, you scored great. It doesn't matter to you, right? If you're happy about what efforts you have put and made it to the possibilities of whatever you can do, it is sufficient for you, right? Be happy and be contented about what you're trying to do. And that's just going to fulfill you. With the last note for the clarity as a part of it, this is what every goddamn McKinsey does. PwC does. They give you, the government pays you millions of dollars for them to define strategy, for them to define clarity of how they want to build projects. So, if you go to any high-level, top-level meetings, if you go to any across these boards, there is a vision statement, there is a mission statement. Why is it there? Every faculty who walks in, every student who walks in would see that vision statement and mission statement. They feel connected to it, right? When you write those things down, you will feel connected to it, okay? And that's the part of clarity. I hope that sets the tone right on what we want to build on the first page of clarity. And next thing, I want to put it as ecosystem. Okay? So what is ecosystem? First is your parents. Second is you as a student. Third is the institution, right? This is the ecosystem that you live in, apart from anything else, relatives and all of that. But this is an ecosystem that you're going to live in 4 years, for next of your 4 years. That's what I did in my engineering also, that I took engineering, I lived in that ecosystem, right? So how is that significant for you? I don't know how many parents are there. I always felt that way. My dad never ever came to college to see what I was doing. It was okay for him. I wouldn't expect him to do that because he was just 7th grade when he studied. I wouldn't expect him to understand how I score my subjects. It was never a matter. I failed in M4 once. It never bothered him anything. He never even knew, I think, right? But I think today, ecosystem is different. The students have a lot of distractions. Students have a lot of easy things to just go and fall for. Okay, I urge it, you play a very vital role as a parent to build them emotionally and to push them into whatever they can do. So I don't know how many of them are there as a part of this session or the inauguration program. I request them keep something as a time for those kids. It's very important because there are too many distractions today of what they can become. And keeping them focused is very important, right? It's just like that the big metal component in front of the ship, which lets the ship in that direction. That's a part of it, right? The ship is this college, which I could say, right? So to talk about the next point is about the ecosystem of university. I took an example of a ship. I'm glad you're in a very nice ship, okay? That's what I felt, spending that time with the management, that the ship is great, okay? Ship is fantastic. So what I wanted to see and put across some of those points is that these kids are in the home today. It's like home, it's not a house. Difference between there is a house and a home, right? They're in the home of you who are a faculty, and it's an institution of the buildings and infrastructures and facilities and investments in place. So these kids are gonna be something great for tomorrow. So I think we need to create them. It's different. When I was in my first standard up to 7th standard, I don't know how many beatings I have got. There used to be nice sticks, maybe all teachers would also know, how we used to get beating. I think the kids are not there the same way today. The way they approach to learn is different. The way they approach to get treated is different. So I think we need to have some perspectives in a slightly different way to adopt with the kids in different angle. So that's just one part of it. The second thing is that when I visited the universities abroad, been a part of it, work with them, the difference I see with them is that the labs that they have, the ecosystem that they have, what students would do after 6 hours of a class. Would they get into the bus, go home? I think that shouldn't be a way, right? There has to be infrastructures and facilities that enables. It could be state-of-art labs that a student gets an idea, he can work on it, on projects and things like that. I urge, madam, I think the investments that you do in these areas sets maybe your organization far different than any other organizations. I feel you will be the role model for other institutions. When that investments you leave maybe over the next few years would create a remark that, okay, this is an institution, I need to take an example. I go to MIT and say, hey, this is what I wanted. I think tomorrow maybe people have to come back here and say, I want something like global. And that need to be a benchmark. This infrastructure need to be invested heavily and with the right people and resources across. So I think those investments that you're going to create in Center of Excellences, research centers, innovation cells, maybe tinkering labs, let the students be here after 4 o'clock. I think when they are associated with it, they will feel more empowered and more enjoyable in the journey. We do great teaching. I think they need something just which feels them emotionally bonded. Because classes are your teaching. Subjects are there. I did an exam. That's all. I don't care about it. Today, they may not own ownership of something that this is mine. I have started this project. I'm going to solve this project. There has to be a space for all of these things. And that's what I seek possibly as an ecosystem of institution that can be there and facilitate the students on this great occasion. And the last point and the largest is students as a part of this ecosystem. Okay? I have been in that engineering. I've done that engineering. I know how much time we get. It's not that you study every day to pass your internals. Okay? You will go through that journey. Okay? It's not that you study on a whole year to write those exams. You would have plenty of your time of what you can do apart from academics. Okay? In alignment with academics also. So it is very important for you to make sure that you spend that time. You have the freedom of time. Are you able to understand what is freedom of time? If you take me, I need to earn money, I need to pay a salary for 15 people, I need to run my family. There is a lot of burden. I don't have free time. It's very even for the many faculties also today, right? We are responsible, maybe some of us have kids, to pay their fees, you need to work. You'll not get freedom of time. But during these 4 years, nobody is asking you to earn, right? Nobody is pressurizing you to make that responsibilities come. Whatever your parents are spending, institution is spending and supporting, is only to make sure the freedom of time that you have with you need to be utilized as well as possible, okay? And that's on the freedom. And the next thing is about what differentiates between a fresher and experienced. Anyone? What differentiates? Right now you're freshers. That's why it's a fresher day. Fresher induction, freshman induction. What you will be after 4 years? Graduation ceremony. Very soon it's going to come, right? Very soon it's going to come. So in that whole process of it, what fills you from inexperienced to an experienced? What makes you that guy or a girl? Would you accept that I'm inexperienced today? Yes? We are, right, as a freshman. What do you build over 4 years? It's just not going to be a knowledge. I urge you, build experience. So it is built upon set of projects. It is built upon set of failures. It is built upon set of things that you try to take as a responsibility and learn out of it, so that you will build a experience. So that's the call for students in terms of the ecosystem as an activity. And the rest two are small. I will maybe wind up in another 4 minutes. So what is the third point I called about? Opportunity. Okay? You built a clarity, you were in an ecosystem, you've gone through all of that. What is next? Opportunity. What is opportunity? What do you want to become as graduate, you work somewhere and all of that things, right? So I take an example of Aether. Do you know Aether was started in IIT Madras or IIT Chennai, which we call it as? It was a college project. I wish I was able to play a video and show you. I'll come next time possibly if it is invited. See that video, it is available on YouTube. It was a very rude project in a college in 3rd year of engineering. One of the faculty who invested it in that startup, I think would own about 50 crores today. He has given about 5 lakhs is what I heard. Today that worth is about 50 crores. So it is very important that what you want to take it as an opportunity that you want to build and you want to become. Okay? So I have few lines that just I read out and that just translates for you. You need to learn, you need to apply, you need to build, you need to fail, you need to rise, you need to innovate. Okay? I will repeat that for you if you're able to capture it and keep it with yourself. Learn, process with books, subjects, ChatGPT, faculty, library, whatever it is. Try to apply. If it is not applied, it just goes waste. Would you read how to ride a bicycle? Would you read? No. What do? You apply. That's why you practice it, right? Then you build it. Possibly you make a bicycle for yourself, right? You fail. Would you expect your bicycle to work fairly great? No, you will not. So what do? You possibly fail. Then what do you do next? You rise. You failed, it's okay. You rise. And then that all leads you innovate. It's not like on the day one, hey, I'm going to innovate the goddamn thing and that's going to become $1 million company. No, it is not. Okay? So that's just about one point. One more point I would like to read. I would urge you, just listen as patiently as possible. Opportunity do not come with a banner. Opportunity do not come with a banner. This saying that this will change the life. Opportunity doesn't come with a banner, this will change your life. They often come with disguised as extra work. Opportunity comes as extra work. Opportunity also comes in the most difficult subjects. It may come as tough assignment, or it may come as a failure. Grab them, strengthen with them, keep working on them, you will come up. And that's the opportunity for you. Okay? If I just read it all wrong, opportunity do not come with a banner calling you, I will change you. It may often come with disguised, with the extra work, a tough assignment, or a tough subject, or you're failing in an exam. So take it up, break with it, you will be able to make good out of it. And that's just opportunity that you can perceive. So the last point, I'm sorry if I'm killing a bit of time, but the last point, the life. Very broad perspective. I learned it from the day you born and the day of death. If we all feel, what is the time? You feel everything is a waste. You feel everything is a waste. But only thing that you feel good is when you are in that moment. When you are in that moment, whatever you felt good is the only thing at that day, at that moment felt happy. It is nothing else. Okay? That's about between the birth and the death and the very valuable time that you spend. The second thing, the perseverance and desire. Okay? What is desire? You know what is a tag word of Mercedes-Benz? Desire to own. The guy earns the money, desires it, he owns it. Right? That is desire to own. The same thing for all of you. The subjects, the degree, and the marks, and the job that you want to own. That is a desire you need to have inside. The word is perseverance. You will fail across the journey. You will fall upon. You will come back. You will try and put your efforts so that you will get back. That is perseverance. Okay? So, two things. The point number 3, aim for best. Would you ever settle for a less than an iPhone 17? Would you? If it is an opportunity for you to buy. Would you settle? Maybe a Samsung Fold, right? You will not settle. What do you want? Would you settle for a bad shoes? Would you settle for a bad coat? No. Would you? Good, bad car? No. You want always the best. So the quote says this way, we need good in everything. To be a part of the good or to be a part of the best, you need to be the best. So then eventually the best will come back to you. It's like if you're best earning about 5 lakh rupees a month, the goddamn iPhone is nothing for you. You know, you're going to pay in a monthly salary and buy it. So be that good, eventually the good will come back to you, and the best will come back to you. And the last point to drop my session is that, damn, be humble. Be humble. It is not your attitude that's going to show anyway to anyone. Nowhere, right? Be humble, down to earth, accepted everything, and the whole life will lead the way for yourself. It's like how Swami Vivekananda seeked a guru, and the God sent him Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, right? The same way for you. Be humble, be amazing, things will fall back to you. Have clarity what you want to do with, everything will fall for you. With that note, I thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to be here, spend my time, put across some of the things in my head, and see and meet an amazing peoples across the institution. I look forward to see this turns to a set benchmark example in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Clarity, ecosystem, opportunity, and life. And the prominent thing, referring GAD to as a family, was really great. And the questions, why are you here? What am I going to learn? What do I want to take home? And what I want to become? These questions, please make a frame, put it on your cupboard, study table. Thank you for your insightful talk, sir. Meet our Trustee Secretary, NEF, Ms. Aisshwarya Dks Hegde, a dynamic and an ambitious management with a passion for driving growth and innovation, with a fresh perspective of leadership, thrives for an environment that demands creativity and strategic thinking. Madam, kindly address the gathering.
Class 1 is over, Class 2 is starting. Do you know in GAT, you have a 1 hour period for each class? We're just getting you started there. Ellargu namaskara, a very good morning and a wonderful evening to Shubharambham, to my chief guest, my principal, my administrator, my chief of strategies and system, my campus director, my dear parents, teachers, faculty, and proud batch of 2029. My Gattians, I welcome you to this wonderful campus. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you for believing in us. And thank you for being a proud Gattian as you start today. When I stand here, I don't stand here first as a Trustee Secretary of National Education Foundation. I stand here as a product of Global Academy of Technology. I was there sitting in your seat probably 10 or 12 years ago, thinking on Freshers' Day, listening to my founder chairman speak and see what do I have in this campus for the next 4 years. And I'm sure that's the feeling all of you stand and sit and watch me today, right? I stand here as a proud product. I stand here as an alumni. I stand here as a senior who's built her character the way she is in the 4 walls of this wonderful campus. If I stand here proudly, it's not just what I learned in those classrooms, it's also what I learned in those canteens, it's also what I learned passing through these corridors, it's also what I learned through the friends who became my treasures for the rest of my life. And that's what is in front of you for the next few years. Today when I stand here and we were listening to Suraj sir, and I think he spoke a lot about clarity. How many of you feel stressed today? No one? If you're not feeling stressed today, it's a simple understanding from me that there is no confusion but a lot of clarity in you. We often confuse stress to be confusion. The fact that you have crossed that confusion stage and have the clarity that you want to be an engineer who's going to build my nation tomorrow, is why you should eliminate something called stress for the next 4 years. Okay? And today when we stand here and we talk about engineering, what engineering was when Suraj sir studied in engineering college to what engineering was when I studied in engineering to what engineering today has definitely changed. When we got into engineering, our imagination of engineering was machines, codes, laboratories, right? But today, engineering is no more that. Engineering is all about solving problems. Solving problems so that you serve the society in a better way, and that society adds value to your knowledge that's churned into imagination, and that imagination actually becomes impact. Right? And that's the engineering you need to do. And engineering is not about engineering those machines. The next 4 years of engineering is going to be engineering yourself to be the best version of you, from where you started today, from where you're graduating as a proud 2029 batch 4 years from now. That's engineering for you. To give you some insight to where you belong, we have more than 1 million engineers passing out in our country every year. And you are a part of that large community. About 5 to 7% of universities around the world are trying to produce impactful engineers. We are in an age where artificial intelligence, generative design, rapid research is growing. It's not an age where we took 4 years to write a code, 4 more months to execute that code, 4 more years to build that project and do it. Today, all that can happen in minutes and seconds. What you need is the clarity to ask what you want. I was just telling everyone around that I feel we are in the best phase of education ever, where education is not about answering all the questions, it's about having the clarity to ask the right questions, right? Today, as lecturers sitting in front of me or students sitting in front of me, we don't need to know what the answer is, but we need to ask rightly on what we want as answers, and we have people around it, right? It's not an age where information is the mere, parameter with which we judge progress or success. Information is spread all across. What you need is inspiration to convert that information into imagination, and that inspiration to still hold back with that resilience to convert your imagination into impact for a society tomorrow. That's engineering for all of you. And that's the first point I want you to remember. I told you no more than 1 million engineers get produced in a country today. I'll tell you what the best part about all of you is. And so I was talking about opportunity. You know what's the opportunity in front of you? You're not merely just one engineer in any part of the country. You're an engineer in a city like Bangalore, which is one of the most important cities in the world in the years to come. What advantage you hold is a privilege. And privilege comes with a lot of responsibility. Right? You're in the silicon capital of our country, you're in the technology capital of our country, you're in the startup capital of our country. And today, when I was looking at the 1,100 of you sitting out there, we have about 10% of you coming from all across the country. You have about 50% of you coming from all parts of Karnataka. We have an ecosystem built, like how Sir was saying. What are you going to do with that ecosystem is the question in front of you. Right? And my dear students, I want you to remember in this age of artificial intelligence and generative AI and all the progress and research that's happening, what you need to do is to experiment, fail, learn, and then create again. The more you fail, the more you have an opportunity to learn something new. The more you bounce back, the more it's going to build you as a character of person. Okay? And there are 3 things I want you to keep as rule or mantra as you become a Gattian from today. 1, I want you to be curious. Curious about everything that you can, from why the sky is pink to why today the rain did come to why sustainability has become a part of us and why do we need SDG goals. Ask the why liberally. Convert that why to how and bring that what as a purpose in your life. Let me tell you, standing up here, being in education for the last 8 years, trying to impact more than 8,000 students sitting in front of me, the one skill that has brought me to who I am, and today, if people know me as Aisshwarya Dks Hegde for a reason as an education entrepreneur, it's only with one skill. And that skill is going to take you far. The skill is to believe in myself that I can learn every day. I was hearing from your campus director, you have 1,461 days in the next 4 years. The only thing that's going to define you that from today to that 1,461 days later is your ability to learn every day. If you can write down in your book that what did you learn today, it could be a small poem, it could be a big strategy, it could be watching a podcast, it could be even making a new friend who makes an impact to you. I want you to learn every day. And that skill is going to take you far. Right? Tomorrow, as you graduate, it's not going to be those degrees, it's not going to be the point marks that you have, it's not going to be those FCDs that you get. How many new things can you learn and how flexibly can you execute those things is going to define who you are going to become. Okay? So learn. No one is stopping to you learn. We say lifelong learning. I want you to learn for the next 1,461 days, relentlessly, without the fear of being judged, without the fear of being failing. And the only mantra you will have is you fail as much as you can and you bounce back immediately by taking that opportunity. Is that okay with you? You are going to be curious. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, I want you to be courageous. Courage is a very underdefined character in life. But if today I stand in front of you and if today you're sitting in front of me, it's to the courage that you've said that I can do this, I should join engineering and I should give value to the money my parents have spent on me to make a difference. Right? You will get stuck, you will fail, but don't hide from it. Have the courage to ask the questions to your teachers. Have the courage to go back and re-explain what you want and feel to your parents. Have the courage to actually ask yourself, What was I yesterday? Have I improved myself today? You need that courage going. As a Gattian, first rule is being curious. The second rule is being courageous. Okay? You might fear that this might be possible from me, but just pushing through yourself by having that courage, and I'm sure you will change that information to imagination. My final rule to you to be a Gattian is be compassionate. There is going to be no use of that courage and that curiosity if you cannot be compassionate. Right? Today, using your knowledge is not about building machines. It's about serving people and making sure 10 people are benefiting out of what technology you've created for them. Right? Look at the best of the best. Sir was talking about Ather. We'll talk about Swiggy. Let's talk about Amazon. What have they done? Have they created technologies that have transformed nations? Yes. How have they done that? By benefiting 1,000 people around them. Right? Your value as an engineer is going to come into light. You are going to earn that money. You are going to make yourself powerful only by making sure 10 other people around you have benefited of you. I don't want you to be that engineer who creates a problem and then solves it. I want you to be that engineer who looks at the problem around and creates a solution for it. And that's why we've created an ecosystem like you. I want you to interact with that North Karnataka child to understand what is that problem in that rural area. I want you to talk to that Mumbai child who's walked into the campus to say, what is different in your city compared to my city? That is the ecosystem, that is the collaboration, and that is the compassion with which you're going to make impact. Is that clear? Courageous, curious, and compassion are your 3 rules to be a Gattian here. See, there's no choice, and I don't give you a choice. Is that clear? Apart from this, what else do I want you to be a good student, a wonderful human, and a problem solver for the world? It's a mandate if you're in GAT today that I want you to master an art. It could be sport, it could be dancing, it could be painting, it could be acting, it could be even comedy. I want you to have an art. At the end of the 4 years, I'm not going to make you sit down in placement just because you have an FCD on that paper. I'm going to check which art have you mastered. You please write this for me. That's the rule in Global Academy of Technology. You have to master it. If you can't master something that you like as a hobby into something else, you are not going to master engineering, let me tell you that. Why mastering that is the next question you might ask me. It creates the discipline in you, it creates the curiosity in you, it brings in the resilience in you. You might have an internal tomorrow, but if you have a competition day after, which is going to represent your college, you will be there. That's balance. You might have an examination coming up next week, but if you have to be a part of that GAT sports to be there, you have to be there. That's how you're going to build yourself and engineer your life to become a nation builder tomorrow. So there is a mandate rule that you have to master an art. Make sure in the next few months, figure out what are the clubs available. Do you want to be a part of the singing club? Do you want to be a part of our, art club? Do you want to be a part of our Kala Parva team? Do you want to be a part of our fashion show team? Do you want to play sports? If you're nothing, I'm building pickle courts above. Get there and play the pickleball. But you have to play something and be a part of some art. Engineering is not science alone, it's an art. Today, it's not the circuit you build, it's about how beautifully you showcase the circuit. That's product design for all of you, right? Can you just show a circuit with wires going around? You wouldn't even like it if I do the function where all wires are passing through. Why have I lined those wires neatly with those plastic covers to make sure it's not seen? That's engineering for all of you, okay? So you will master an art. I'm telling this in front of my principal, I'm telling this in front of my campus director and system strategies, to all my HODs sitting down there. When you do your review meeting to my students sitting in front of me, you will ask them, what art are you pursuing? That's going to be a part of your review system in our college. Okay? Final thing. Engineering is no less than making the best people in your life. Make friendships. Make friendships that's going to probably question you, help you, console you, as well as make you a better person tomorrow. You've come here today walking through a strangers where maybe you don't know who's sitting next to you. Know it. With that curiosity, courage, and compassion, I want you to build those wonderful friends in the next 4 years. And let me tell you, the friends that you build in the next 4 years are going to be those friends who are going to build things with you for the next 40 years. 4 years from later, every friend that you'll make will be transactional. Either they would want to do a project with you, or you're going to make a friend with them because you need a funding from them, or you're going to make a friend with them because you want to learn something from them. The 4 years that you have from today, when you build those friendships are going to stay with you when you want to cry, when you want to laugh, when you even want to bunk a class and watch a movie. So make those friends and make sure they are valuable friends. The circle that you belong to is going to define who you are going to become. So have a variety in them. Have someone who's over-ambitious so that it pushes your ambition. Have someone who's going to keep you grounded so that you know the value of that money. Have someone who's going to stop you when you're doing something wrong. Have someone who's going to just say yes to you sometimes when you don't want to hear a no. I want you to make these beautiful friends who are going to take you for life. Is that clear? Yeah? I want you to remember being curious, being courageous, being compassionate, mastering an art, and finally making friends is engineering for all of you. Tell me one company that has been built with one individual today. No one. You need partners, you need a team, you need a system. And that's the system you're going to start building today with the ambition that you will not earn probably lakhs of rupees later, but what is the problem that you're going to solve 4 years from now so that lakhs of people benefit from it is the question in front of you. Understood the class? Understood the class? Okay. With this, I want to talk to you about one last skill. It's a skill that probably 98% of the people in the 20s have never heard of, is what research says. It's a skill that only 2% who have heard of and only 0.2% of them apply it. It's a skill that stands the most important skill as a successful young professional today. It is a skill that grows faster, that handles pressure, and also becomes that one everyone turns to. You might be thinking, what is that skill? The skill is executive functioning. Today, the chief guests were talking to you about having an idea and not keeping the idea in your head. What is executive functioning? Is simply the ability to think, act, and reflect on what you have in your mind. Thousands of us sitting in front of me, I'm sure we have 1,000 ideas. By tomorrow, those 1,000 ideas can only get eliminated. Only 10 ideas will bring into action. Don't you think so? Today you thought I'm going to come early to class. Tomorrow you think you're going to stay back late in college. Day after you're thinking that, okay, what am I eating? But if you're going to keep thinking what am I going to eat and not go to that restaurant, will you get that final feeling? No, right? That's executive functioning. If you think about it, I want you to have the risk to apply it. Don't keep the ideas in your head. It's of no use. It's going to get eliminated within the next 24 hours. And today, with all of you Gen Z sitting in front of me, your attention span is lesser than a ringtone today. If I call you more than 3 times, you don't want to pick up the third call. It is a time where you don't want to communicate with your voice, but you only want to communicate with your words. And let me tell you, this is what's going to cause you later in life. I want you to communicate more with words in my organization, more with your voice in my organization than words in my organization. You will not send an email to my HOD saying that you're not going to come class tomorrow. You will go to that HOD and tell him the reason why you're not coming, stand in front of them and have the courage to explain why. That's the rule in Global Academy of Technology. I don't want your mails, I want your voice to be heard as you walk around this corridor. You will not send a message to your lecturer and say, ma'am, why have I got less marks in this? Why can't you increase it? You will go stand in front of them and ask them that why. I want your voice to be measured and not just your words. Is that clear? Even to the parents sitting in front of me, I'm telling you, sir, you will make a rule. They might be busy engineers, they might be working hard, but they will sit for lunch and dinner with you on the dining table. You will not send their food to their rooms to make sure, yo, nan maga kashta padta idane, room gutta kalsana. No. If you're doing that, you're not being a Gattian parent. However difficult it is, however you're learning, you will come on that dining table, they will talk to you on how they felt today. ಇವತ್ತು ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು ದಿವಸ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಪ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೂಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಮೈ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೀ. Today, the biggest gap that has created to all the mental wellness problem in the world is communication gap. Let me tell you a simple logic, I heard this quote and I keep saying this again and again. I want you to resonate with it as engineers walking into my campus. Anger is something that had nowhere to go but sadness that came out in a most aggressive way. Do you agree to me? Think about the time when you were angry. It was either the fact that what you expected from your parents didn't happen, what you expected from your friend didn't happen, what you expected from yourself didn't happen. You become angry. Isn't that sadness that you couldn't do something about it? How you change that difference between sadness and anger is to let out what you're feeling. I'm okay for you to cry. I'm okay for you to shout. But remove it out then and there. I don't want you to keep adding on to that feeling. Is that clear with all of you? That's why I said talk more in my campus than write more. It's okay if you want to do more seminars and sit down and talk and explain what you have. It's not okay to just put that product but not being able to explain that project in front of me for 5 minutes. So to my lecturers who are sitting in front of me, let me tell you that if a project is handed over to you, you will take the 2 minutes to ask them what it is about and they have to explain to you. Don't accept the project otherwise. Don't think I'm giving you gyan today and walking out of the campus. I'm going to check whether it's my teachers or whether it's my students or whether it's me myself on what I'm doing for the next 4 years for all of you. You are a very important batch to me. The batch that's going to transform the world, lead the world and serve the world with something so powerful called artificial intelligence, where you need your human intelligence to actually multiply it in the best way possible. You are my batch who are here to celebrate the 25 years of us being in engineering, where we're going to celebrate the 25th year of Global Academy of Technology today. So don't take yourself lightly. You're not going to be a mere engineer passing out of my college. You have to be that engineer who's going to solve a problem 4 years from now. The chief guest told me I have to be the best institution. I'm not going to be the best institution with me standing alone or getting the best leaders sit in front of me. I'm going to be the best institution with every student becoming the best student for Karnataka, for the country tomorrow. Okay? With this, I want to tell you, I don't know why you've chosen me. You've chosen global probably because thinking of the reputation, looking at the labs, parent pressure, saying that idolle college serkoli, CET-li you got that rank, that's why you're sitting in front of me, or probably even by accident. Let me tell you, I didn't come to education by choice. It was an accident. But today, I've made sure it becomes my life calling. And that's my job for each one of you. You've chosen me and it's over. Okay? There is no choice but to become the best version of you. I keep saying, it's not about we choosing our mentors, but our mentors to choose us. I don't know whether you chose me, but I have chosen you today. So you have no choice but to create, inspire, imagine, and create impact. And that's the task in front of us. I am not going to be satisfied with your marks. I am not going to be satisfied with just your placements. I am going to be satisfied when each one of you build a character, an attitude, and a compassion where we create and solve problems for the future. And that's the job and that's the mission with which we start today. And I hope the graduation day 4 years from now is not just going to be me giving you certificates, but probably me standing in front of this dais in the same audience to the same parents and talk about how many solutions as a batch of 2029 have you created for the world and how we are going to take it forward. Whether it is the best of the labs, best of the facility, changing the campus from a 6-hour campus to a 12-hour campus, it's my job, I'll do it. But how much you use of it becomes your job. And I want you to tell you that we both are partners in making this happen. And I want you to take this seriously and make sure this becomes your passion, your possession, and your resilience for the next 4 years to build something different. With this, wishing every engineer all the best as you become a proud Gattian with that curiosity, with that compassion, and with that courage to not just be one of those engineers in that 1 million people, but to become the engineer that we're going to celebrate for the next few years for building a solution for tomorrow. Thank you so much, and wishing each one of you all the best in the journey. And I promise to do my best, and I want the same promise from each one of you. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. You're truly an inspiration to all of us and generations to come. Now, it's our proud privilege to honor our chief guest, Mr. Suraj S D, founder and CEO of Decibels Lab Private Limited. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to join together in felicitating our esteemed chief guest as a token of respect and gratitude, and for gracing to this occasion with his presence. Thank you, dignitaries, for the honor bestowed, and thank you, sir, for accepting our invite. Every successful event is the result of teamwork and support. I now invite Dr. Deepika Masan, Head of Department EEE, to propose vote of thanks.
A very warm and grateful good afternoon to one and all. It's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of Global Academy of Technology. After a series of enriching sessions by a galaxy of experts from academia and industry, my dear students, I am sure you, the 25th batch, are infused with energy and vibrance. I accord my deepest gratitude to our chief guest for today, Mr. Suraj S D, founder and CEO of Decibels Lab Private Limited. Thank you, sir. Sir, your initiatives to transform engineers to future-ready professionals is truly inspiring. Our deepest appreciation to our trustee NEF, Srimati Usha Shivkumar ma'am, in absentia, for her support and guidance. I express my heartfelt gratitude for the honored presence of our Trustee Secretary, Ms. Aisshwarya Dks Hegde, whose visionary leadership ensures that GAT continuously strengthens its heritage of academic excellence. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, your commitment to student growth and to foster an environment to learn through curiosity, courage, and compassion is truly exemplary. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to Sri Vishwanath Reddy, sir, Administrator NEF, for his gracious presence. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt appreciation to our Chief of Strategy and Systems, Dr. Nagmani, whose guidance continuously propels GAT towards academic distinction and excellence. With heartfelt gratitude, I thank our respected Principal, Sir, Dr. H.P. Balakrishna, for his unwavering support and leadership. Thank you, sir. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to our campus director, deans, COEs, HODs, and all faculty members for their august presence. A heartfelt thanks to our first-year coordinators, Dr. Raju, Dr. Ramya, and Dr. Rupa for ensuring the smooth conduct of this induction program. Thank you all. Dear students, all of them stand as strong pillars in your academic journey, continuously providing you guidance and encouragement. A hearty thanks to all the parents for their esteemed presence today. Thanks for bestowing upon us the confidence to nurture your students to your children's dream to reality. Thank you, dear parents. Special appreciation to the organizers of the induction program and the administrative staff for the smooth conduct. And last but not the least, a heartfelt thanks to you, dear students, for your enthusiasm and commitment. Your journey with us begins now. Always remember, success comes with consistent efforts and determination. Dream big, work hard, and let your dedication shape your future filled with unbounded possibilities. Best wishes to all, and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. May I kindly request all to rise for the national anthem?
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे